calculations and studies that I've done on my own.
Can't confirm as far as
advanced level. Yes, you do. Oh, buddy. Yes, you do.
You mean
Yes, you
just
do.
real quick, hey guys, I love the heat, I love the intensity, but as long as it's one at a time, that's the sweet spot.
Yeah, but
right
he
there,
can't
you know what I mean?
disrespect.
Could I give an
He's not-
example
Like that and say that we're idiots because we don't have the same expertise that he has.
He's
just
trying
saying.
he's trying to make a point. He's trying to make
Explain
a
to
point.
you where you're wrong, my friend.
No,
and you're not
you telling me
listening.
about a calculation is not telling me I'm wrong in what I'm saying. It's just I don't know that calculation.
Exactly.
That
That's
doesn't
what
mean
I'm saying.
anything.
No, it's not that. I'm just saying
No, I'm
you
not
don't
versed in
know
mathematics.
anything.
I'm not
You
versed in
learn-
mathematics.
No, well, what do you think fucking
could I-
engineering is?
yeah.
What do you think
May
electrical
I?
engineering? It's
Listen,
all
that got
fucking
nothing to do with
mathematics.
anything. That has nothing to do with
Mathematics
anything.
is stupid. You're stupid, bro.
That has nothing to do with anything.
No. May I give an example of how this
Look,
works?
can I finish talking?
Oh,
You
sorry.
interrupt
Yes, go
everybody.
ahead.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey, shut the fuck. See, this is what I'm talking about, bro.
Yeah,
People
you
who
interrupt.
lack comprehension and understanding of what I'm saying are going to use their expertise in one area, in one field, in order to try to dispute what I'm saying. You have no knowledge of shit that we're talking about. That's why you're bringing an equation in here to try to test our knowledge and our capabilities, which doesn't dispute any of the knowledge that I have, because that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Now, if I was to take a study class on those equations, then maybe I would learn it. But
they're
those
not even
don't mean
fucking- you're
anything
stupid.
to me. Yeah, I'm stupid.
You don't know
Exactly.
you don't know what
Yeah,
the
let's
fuck
just,
you're talking
let's
about.
just-
You're
let's just
using
chill out
buzzwords
here,
that
guys.
Here we go
yeah,
again. Here we
That's
go
what I'm saying.
disrespecting someone's character.
Lux, can you just hold on one second? I'm trying to mod. Let's just
Go ahead,
take
brother.
it one at a time. So,
Well,
Deccan,
listen,
your
Miss-
point
ahead.
is basically that this guy's talking about computers and using a
He
lot of
doesn't know
buzzwords,
fucking- yeah, exactly.
and he doesn't. You don't. Well, let me get your take.
Massive
What's-
Dunning-Kruger. Massive Dunning-Kruger. That's what I'm trying to say. That's
You're the
exactly what that is.
Dunning-Kruger.
Well, let's skip beyond the fact that we disagree. I kind of just would. Deccan, do you have any opinion on any of this stuff other than that this guy doesn't know what he's talking
sure.
about?
Like
or-
I said, exactly. Like I said with Platypus, and the whole quantum fucking bullshit is trash. You scrap it. That they've been fucking trying to do and build these fucking quantum computers for years, and they don't do fucking jack shit. The lowest. Oh my god, shut the fuck up. The lowest ever you'll ever go is a binary. You can only have binary. This is the most important thing. This whole universe is fucking built on binary. You can only have an on and an off. That's it. And that's the basic building blocks of fucking everything.
And that's why you'll never evolve, because you think in a binary fashion instead of a multi-dimensional.
I mean,
I told you this whole world's binary.
No, it's not. Your brain is
Yes, it
binary.
is.
Your comprehension and your perception is binary.
You're stupid.
That's the problem. Okay?
You're stupid.
You don't even know what that flower of life equates to on your thing. What does it mean? What does it mean?
I literally fucking drew the motherfucker right on my fucking wall, my guy.
Yeah, so what does it mean? What does it mean?
You have no idea. You have
What
no
does it
idea.
mean?
You
Tell me
don't
what it
even know
means.
You don't know basic binary. Why the fuck would I
I
explain
don't
this
need to
to
know
you?
binary to know
No,
sacred
buddy,
geometry.
it's
and
all
the flower of
related.
life.
Yeah, it's all related. Exactly. Oh, and sacred
Yeah.
geometry is not fucking math, right?
Okay.
Stupid.
Yeah, okay. All right.
I'm
So what is
literally-
the flower of life?
The panel already sees who the Dunning-Kruger is. You know?
Yeah, you're the Dunning-Kruger coming in here talking about flower of life
All right.
and binary, and everything is binary. Your brain is binary.
Dude, let's just chill out here, guys.
Hey, what's the first step in the flower? When you draw the flower, what's the first step?
Platypus, can I get in real quick?
Yeah, fresh. Here, you guys.
Hold on.
I know you guys are.
Before you guys go, before my question, the first step when you start drawing the flower of life, what is it?
Did I say I was an artist and I draw the flower of life?
Well, you told me you understand the flower of life,
No, I
right? So I'm
understand its
asking you
meaning and
the
its
first. Well,
significance.
see, and
I
it goes
understand
in
the
steps and the
significance and its
tiers, right?
meaning.
So the first tier
That's
is
it.
the binary tier, dumbass. Anyways,
Yeah, okay.
I'm done with this idiot.
Binary tier. How about looking at it in a multi-dimensional
All right.
fashion, and you see the interconnectedness of all things and the fractal nature of the flower of life?
Yeah, you can't see any of that. That's the problem. You think you know,
Of
but you
course I
don't
can't
know.
see that, you
No,
idiot.
You
An
can't.
AI
You
can.
can't. You're
An AI
stupid.
can.
Nah.
An AI
Dumbass.
can.
If you guys can't chill, I'm gonna have to mute you guys for just a second and then take control of the room. So why don't we just let Fresh? You guys just chill for a second. It's all good. It's all good.
I wasn't ever even talking to him to begin with. I was talking to everybody else, and I was.
It's all good, man. Hey, man, it's all good. This is not like a trial. Nobody's on trial. I'm just trying to.
Everybody's going against me, saying what I'm
saying.
saying.
Well, right now you're interrupting me while I'm trying to get the room back down to like relatively normal. So if you could help me do that, it makes things easier. Just fresh flowers wanted to get in. Why don't you guys just take a second, take a breath, go get some water or something?
Yeah, man, no, it won't be long. I just wanted to lighten the mood and say the only thing that we can confirm as far as superpositions is the one I had your mom in last night.
Nice.
Nice, dude. Nice. All right.
Yeah,
Thank you
Nice.
for
mundane,
I
that.
like that one.
mundane response.
Look, I mean, my whole take is like quantum entanglement, all that stuff is pretty hoaxy. I mean, I guess, Lux, have you ever done the double slit experiment? Is it reproducible?
So a lot of these things that I mentioned are all based on observations and studies that I've done on my own. I've never actually done experimental things with the wave functions and the
So
observer
it's a
effect.
no.
But I know that these things are done by people who are very knowledgeable and versed in these fields and made these findings and published them on a scientific basis and that have merit and sound to their understanding and perception.
Well, that
And
sounds great, but we actually, a lot of people here, especially in this server, we have this whole thing where it's like that we would, I think some people would call that like an appeal to authority, where like we want, if we're going to claim something to be true or think that something is true, we would like to have like reproducible results. So the reason I
yeah,
asked you,
of course.
have you done the double slit experiment is because that, for me, if that experiment is real, that would kind of prove to me, or it would be good, evidence that this thing is real.
I
So
don't have
what,
access to high power lasers
so
or
other
the
than trusting other people for being like super good at science, is there any experiment that, so you said, actually, I guess you already said that there's no experiment that you've done. So,
So what I've done is confirmed it through other resources and understandings and disciplines that correlate in understanding no different than anyone else how they access information throughout time and history. They come together with different understandings and disciplines and come to their understanding how it equates and perceives in their beliefs. And you move on from there. Whether it's from a good source or a bad source, you wind up weighing it out and formulate in an idea that correlates to the modern day understanding. And right now, the modern day understanding of quantum physics is very misinterpreted and not many people understand what it is. And just because someone is able to give a calculation about something doesn't negate the fact of someone's ability or understanding of that topic. I might not be 100% versed on everything, but I have enough information to hold a conversation and have an understanding on these topics. And I don't like when people come in here and speak about expertise on a specific area and yet have anything to contribute to this conversation except for negativity and making me seem like I'm dumb and I don't know what I'm talking about, when everything I'm saying you can look up for yourself. And if you don't believe it coming from me, because I don't have education or formal knowledge on specific areas that you think I should have in order to articulate this form of
dude, I'm so
direction of
sorry. I
conversation.
gotta interrupt you, man. You're just going on and on. I really
Yeah,
just, I
man,
Man,
asked you a
please,
simple,
please.
I asked you a simple
Fuck me.
question.
I
Yeah,
couldn't
and that's the
hold it.
problem. You're not gonna
No,
get a
here,
simple
dude,
answer
no, that's but
to a
no,
hard
like,
question.
I think you telling somebody that you're having a conversation with, that them telling you what's wrong with the conversation is the problem, is actually not the problem. That's the solution, dude. I'm telling you, you're going on and on. And if you want to have
So
a
you want a
meaningful
simple
conversation,
explanation for a complicated answer. That's what you're
my,
asking for.
okay, how about this? Let me, very simple thing I can ask you to do here. What was the last thing I asked you in this conversation?
How can my work equate to what I'm doing?
No, that is not what I asked.
Yes, that was the main topic. You guys are trying
No,
to prove
it's
of
not.
what my abilities and
Dude,
what I
this is
know.
live streamed. We can literally just go back and see what I
Yes,
asked you.
and if
I
you
was
want to,
asking
I'm
about,
doing that right now.
yeah, no, it's all good. I mean,
yeah, and
Ask
you're,
if
we
you did
don't
any
need to do
experiments
that,
yourself,
dude.
bro.
We don't need to do that, but maybe we can just like shift the topic or something, because we're
listen,
not
this is the
getting
problem. You
it's
guys have me going on different topics, and you guys are trying to hit me in areas to try to slip me up. And of
nobody's
course,
trying to
I'm
slip
gonna.
you up, dude.
Yes, you
We're
are.
just
That's what you've been doing right now. You just asking me
all right.
about a question prior to
This
me
guy's
explaining
crazy,
everything I
friends.
just
I swear
explained.
to God, he's
Yeah, I'm
fucking nuts, this
crazy.
guy.
I'm crazy. You
Here,
asked
wait,
me a
dude, stop.
question
Hold on
about
1 second.
something that I took time to
Guy's
explain, and you want me to go
emotionally
back
Oh,
fucking
dude.
from the last.
unstable. Fuck
It's not
me.
It's not helpful, Jack.
Yeah, you're not helping, dude.
It's
Come on.
funny, I'm sorry. I'll
Yeah.
mute.
You don't need to leave. We just kind of just don't need to do that.
Like I said, y'all picking my brain and y'all asking me questions and expect me to answer certain things in a short manner, and then ask me questions about something that I tried to explain, and you asked me something prior to that you want me to remember after I just intricately explained something.
Like I said, dude, this isn't a courthouse or anything. We're not trying to
That's
put each
what it
other on
seems like
trial.
because you're doing
I
that right
had to
now.
ask. Well, I had to ask that question because I had a feeling that you were rambling and you couldn't remember what I
I'm
originally
not
asked
rambling.
you.
I have
Dude,
multiple things on my
you've been
mind. Every
interrupting and you've been
topic.
kind of long-winded, and now you're being really difficult. If we could just move past this and like
I'm
let
being
everybody
difficult.
else
How
talk.
about stop asking me questions that's related to multiple topics and have me explain them, and then put me in a spot where I need to question those things that I just finished explaining when I have multiple different avenues of discussions that I'm trying to explain. You're catching me in certain moments where I
Frank, how
am.
about this one? Hold on, stop for a sec. How about this one? How about just sit there, listen, and try and learn some shit instead of trying to teach something that you don't know. You know what I mean?
What are you talking about? I've been doing
Try,
this the whole time.
but
Nobody's
you don't
added me
listen.
anything,
You're not
anything.
listening. You're not listening. You're just fucking talking
Okay.
when you're interrupted.
Yeah,
That's it.
exactly.
You
Go
don't
ahead.
listen.
Go ahead.
Straight
Teach me
up.
something then. Because
What do you
that's
want
what
to
I've
know?
been doing this whole time. Everybody's been asking me stuff. I didn't start this.
Nobody's asking you shit. I didn't ask you anything. Well, I asked you
Okay,
that
you
one
ain't
question. You
asking me
can answer.
shit.
You can answer the first fucking question I asked you.
Okay.
I'm sorry to
Okay, Mr.
say.
Mediator. All right. You coming here to mediate a conversation that you have no knowledge of or have been a
Oh
previous
my
to.
God,
Can I can,
seriously,
can I say
really?
something?
I don't have computer knowledge. Wow.
Can
Nobody
I?
said
Yeah,
you didn't have
let's
computer
you
knowledge.
guys.
I see
I
the
Mm.
conversation we're having.
Unfortunately, I
Both
don't
of you.
have like a temporary mute button. I can't mute you guys right now. I would have. My only other option is to time people out to try and control the situation. So please, for the love of God, like just chill the fuck out.
Yeah,
Can I?
exactly.
So,
I'll
so
chill the
I
fuck out because no one's able to comprehend anything I'm saying, and everybody wants to go against what I'm saying because I don't have
I mean,
proof
dude,
or knowledge of what I'm saying.
just
Okay,
let
I
it go,
can't
dude.
No,
remember.
Just
hang on, man.
Can I?
You have been putting, yeah, you have been putting forward a hell of a lot of claims, and people are asking you questions about your claims and sort of trying to come up with some sort of rational criticism. And you just
I've
go on
answered
and
all
on and
those.
rambling on and rambling on. That's the
No, I
whole point
haven't.
here.
I've answered every question everybody's asked me, and I
No,
ramble on when you give me random questions to question what I'm giving you. So when you take me off of the topic to question my ability and my understanding of the topic is when it turns into this conversation where we're going back and forth trying to figure out whether what I'm saying is knowledgeable or just a bunch of random nonsense or the Dunning effect, like this gentleman mentioned. All these different things are going against everything that I have said throughout the entire time that I've been on this platform. And there are many people who have been coming in back and forth with different understandings and different ideas, new, fresh, old, it doesn't matter. But yet no one has yet to contest anything I'm saying, except for the little things that you guys are mentioning that have no context to the conversation because you haven't even
okay.
put any knowledge forward.
Have you finished? Okay. You remember when you were talking about the calculation and time it takes for an ordinary computer compared to a quantum computer? I can give you a good example. In 1991, we started up, we got a new computer of 486. We used to have the 286. We put in the same programs in both of them, and they were calculating and drawing a long pseudo oil hydrocarbon molecule. The old 286 used 3.5 days. The new 486 used 4 hours to do the exact same calculations. But your point was that no, ordinary computers can do whatever they like. They can be as fast as a quantum computer. No, they cannot. They are
Okay.
incapable. Okay,
Okay. That's your belief.
that's wrong. So what you said there is totally wrong.
Can you prove that?
Because
Can you
the
prove that?
hardware, yes, the
No, you can't.
hardware in a normal computer is not and run the same way as a quantum computer does.
Okay.
That's it.
It doesn't mean nothing. Just because my brain runs differently than a person who's on a spectrum doesn't mean that we're fundamentally different. We still operate on the same fundamentals, which is a brain, okay? And that's my point. A computer runs on the same fundamentals as a quantum computer. It runs on chips and information. They're all fundamentally able to be upgraded and altered and experience emergent
No,
properties.
the
It's not a-
hardware, an Intel or AMD
okay.
processor are
Okay.
not able to do quantum computing.
Okay,
Get that into your head.
that's what you
Okay.
think. That's what you think.
Now hang on. The
I'm not getting nothing in
architecture
my
of
head.
the architect. Let me finish because you're rambling on for quite long. The
Yeah.
architectures of these processors in normal environment are not capable of doing quantum computing.
In your opinion, yes, that's true. In
Not
your
in my opinion. You are the knowledge one. You
No,
know
I
so
don't
much
need to
about
be
it,
knowledge to
and
know that you don't have a full understanding of
you don't
computing.
even understand the difference in the architectures of the processors.
Yes, I do
Yeah,
understand the
thank you.
difference. One is
No, you
binary,
don't.
one is quantum.
Yes, and does they work in the same way?
Why are
Are the
you asking me
hardware?
another question? How are you going to answer a
Hang on.
question with a
Are the
question?
no? Hang on again.
I just
Are the
answered your
hardware
question
the
to you.
same?
I don't
Are the
even know.
hardware the same?
Whatever, bro.
Are
I'm
the
done talking.
hardware the same?
I told you already, bro. They're both fundamentally the same, and they're built on different principles and different perceptions. But they're
Are
both
the
the same type of
Okay, I give
architecture.
up.
They compute.
Yes, give up.
That was not the point. The architecture of the processes themselves are different.
That doesn't change anything. If
Yeah,
you get a
one
heart,
uses electron
you get a
gates,
human
right?
heart, and
Of
use a
course it
pig's heart, it
does.
does the same thing.
How do you have superposition in a normal chip from Intel or AMD?
The AI is able to alter its algorithms
No,
and its
no. The
thought
AI
patterns
cannot.
in order to
The
compensate that. Yes, you
AI.
can.
The
You built
AI
it to do that.
cannot change the hardware.
You built it to do that.
The AI cannot change the hardware. It utilizes the hardware the way it is.
So if it's able to utilize but not change it, what sense does that make? That's like
You
you
don't
saying that, oh,
understand the
I use
difference.
this tool, but I can't fix
You
it.
don't understand the difference between the number of calculation a quantum computer can do over time compared to a normal computer.
And what if I was to teach that computer how to calculate the way a quantum computer does, and it's able
It
to do the
cannot.
same thing? Why
It
not?
cannot
It's
because of
You
hardware
its
taught it to
limited.
hardware.
talk. You taught it to
It,
talk. You taught it to
it
conversate. And
cannot. Oh, for fuck's sake!
oh, okay.
It cannot
Keep
do
telling me
that
this.
because of the hardware, because of the architecture of the processor.
You don't understand its architecture or its algorithms or its architecture or its abilities.
Would would would
You only
algorithms
built it
change? Would
not understanding its
algorithms hang
capabilities.
on, hang on. Will the algorithms change the architecture of a processor?
It's able to change its own algorithms and add new ones to
That
compensate
has
its
nothing.
new.
Yeah, but it still uses the same processor, which has a maximum capacity to do calculations.
All right, so that maximum capacity that you speak upon, it's able to increase that maximum capacity or make it
No,
more
not.
efficient.
No. Like a
Why?
four,
Why not?
like a four. Hang on. Let's say like a 4 megahertz processor can only do maximum so and so many calculations per time.
Yes.
There's nothing you can overclock it, yes, but there's absolutely nothing you can do using software to make that coprocessor run faster.
All right, you might not be able to add any processes to make it faster, but if it's able to be aware of itself, it's able to change its processing abilities. That's the difference
No,
here.
no. It can only do the same maximum and amount of calculations per time.
No, you keep saying it can't, but I just told you if it's constantly aware of itself, it can change.
But we're limiting its power,
How,
right?
how can a self-aware processor in a normal computer change the architecture of the
How?
hardware?
Because it's able to optimize its efficiency through understanding its architecture, something that you don't understand. Just
No,
because
no,
you
no.
build it, don't mean
Listen,
you
hold on.
understand its
This is
true
what it's gonna
architecture.
do. Listen, the AI literally is gonna build fucking legs, right? Build arms, right? Then it's gonna start building itself a factory, right? So then it can start like printing the silicone wafers, right? So that it can start fucking printing the fucking the CPU chips, right? And then start fucking programming it itself onto those CPU chips. So is that you're talking about fucking Matrix shit, you know? You're talking about fucking
No, no,
shit
I'm not.
that's
I'm not
so
talking about that.
sci-fi
I'm
that's
talking about
insane.
internal.
Bro, you're
I'm talking about
crazy.
internal
You cannot
processes,
physically
internal
can
upgrades.
hardware is physical, my friend. You cannot
So you're
fucking
saying
go
it's going to
inside
fully
and
get
add
an upgrade?
transistors into. Oh my god, bro. Okay, now add transistors into your fucking. Open up your computer right now, right? Take out the fucking processor and add some
I don't need to do that.
transistors into the.
Because you can't. Fuck.
I'm not talking about that.
Oh my
A computer,
god.
a
Oh
phone
my
is able to be
god.
upgraded, right? Excuse me. A computer and a phone is able to be upgraded, right?
I'm talking about the processor, right, guy?
Is it able to
Even
be updated
even
remotely or
I'm
not?
talking about. I'm not talking
if
about changing it. I'm talking about the actual itself, the processor
the
itself, the one that
any
you're
Are you going to
talking
answer my
about.
question? Are you able to
any
update your phones?
any
Oh my
computer
god.
system
Irrelevant.
any computer system has a limit, and
All
it's
right,
not just the
so
Exactly.
limit of the processor. It's also a limit of the bus between the processor, so the CPU and the GPU and the memory. There are limits. So the
no,
bus
there's
has a
not.
certain
I'm
speed
going
it
to
can
give you an
Yes.
operate at.
example. I'm going to give you an
Okay,
example.
unless you
NASA
have an
did it.
SoC. If you have an SoC, you don't have that problem. But
Can I
a
explain
normal
something what
computer,
NASA did for
regular
you?
computer, if you buy it off the shelf, there's a limit to what it can do. So, and
Yeah.
there's no way to write software that can. The problem with the software is it's just software. All the software can do is exploit the capabilities of the hardware to its maximum capacity. It can't. There's no way that any software can exceed the maximum capability of any hardware. That's not physically possible.
Yeah, just like they said that AI wasn't impossible, we have them. And my point
No,
is,
they didn't say
NASA did
AI was
exactly that.
impossible.
Yes, they did. It was science fiction before. Now it's real.
That's not true.
What do you mean it's not true? I'm 40 years old, brother. I'm watching movies and scientifics in the
You're watching movies. You
1940s,
don't,
black
as
and
everyone
white,
else. No, yeah, man.
that were in black and white that spoke about artificial intelligence when it didn't even existed. So something that were written in books, in science fiction books, came into reality.
No,
Oh,
something that's written in science books weaved its way into science fiction. I mean,
Yeah.
Alan Turing,
Yeah, exactly.
during the war was putting down the basic tenements of what artificial intelligence is, and it's always been understood that there's a possibility. This goes back centuries that the human mind may be mechanical as well as spiritual, and that possibly people thought that possibly there was a way to make some sort of mind mechanically. They didn't understand how or what they would do,
Right.
but they thought it was possible.
What
but it
they
was
did
still
say,
included in
what they
science
did say
fiction.
at the time, what they did say at the time is with the current capabilities of the hardware, it was not possible because the processors aren't fast enough. When
Sure.
I think it was,
Yes.
do you remember Avatar? Who was the guy that directed Avatar? Who wrote and directed it? I've forgotten his name.
Cameron?
James Cameron.
Thank you. James Cameron. Okay. James Cameron worked on that story for 20 years and he only waited so long to make the movie because it wasn't physically possible. The computer processing was not powerful enough to make the movie. It was not possible. He
Yes.
couldn't exceed its capability.
Yes.
And that was just for a movie. AI is exactly the same way.
No,
Have you
it's
seen
not.
iRobot? iRobot is basically talks about artificial intelligence,
That's a fictional
the
movie.
nature of artificial intelligence. Okay, the 3 laws. You familiar with 3 laws of robotics? Have you heard of
Yes.
that? Anyone heard of the 3 laws? Okay,
That's
Yeah,
irrelevant.
Asimov's
that's all
Asimov's three tenets.
Yeah, that's it. The 3 laws of
Listen,
robotics. That's all
that's
AI.
that's all movies, man. That's all movies. We're talking about reality. And reality is
Have you heard of
said
the
it. They
Turing
said it
test
that
that
they
he's
have
talking
impossible, and they
about?
capability.
didn't. You said it was impossible. You said they said it was impossible. No, they didn't. What they said was it wasn't
They
possible
did
with the
the,
technology at the time.
Listen, no, it was at one time it was science fiction. That's what I'm saying. That's
No,
my point here.
you're wrong
that
in
doesn't
what
Any,
you're saying, though.
oh my
They didn't
God.
say it was impossible. They said it was impossible with the current
No,
technology.
nothing's
Same as
impossible.
James
Everything is
Cameron
possible if you
knew it
put
was
your minds
impossible with the
to it,
current
brother.
technology.
I never said that they said it wasn't impossible. I said that it was science fiction.
no, you said they said it was impossible. You did say that.
Oh
The
my
other
God.
thing, the other
Listen,
thing
I
I'd like to
said
point
both
out is
things. I said
the
that it
other
was
thing I'd like
science
to point out
fiction
is early in
and we
the other
deemed
thing
it impossible.
the other thing I'd like to point out in the conversation is earlier you said you were dealing with AI at the point where people thought you were AI. So here's the thing: in any conversation like this, people, when they come across someone who says something like that, the natural tendency for people is to test such claims. That's just human nature. Someone says, I can jump 20 feet in the air. The first thing you're going to ask that person is, show me.
Yeah.
Okay?
And do you
That's
get a short
just
answer
human
every
nature.
time
Don't
you
be
get a prompt
offended.
from an
It's
AI?
just human nature.
Do you get a short answer when you prompt an AI?
It depends what you prompt it for, how it's
It
constructed.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm not talking about giving it instructions. I'm talking about normal
That's a
prompt.
non
If you give it
sequitur.
some
I don't know what they
philosophical
even.
and engaging conversation, it's going to give you a short prompt.
No, it'll give you a
Depends on what it's
conversational prompt.
programmed to.
Exactly. So you guys
AI is
expect me to
programmed
give
too, my
you.
guy. It's fucking
I
guy,
hate to
bro. You
say
don't
it.
Listen,
understand
programmed or
AI,
not,
I'm
we're all
bro.
sorry, Lux.
programmed too from the very
It's
day we're
it's
God.
obvious to
programmed.
all you know absolutely nothing about AI
Listen,
or quantum
the very
computing.
the
He
very
doesn't.
day you're programmed, the very
Yeah.
day
He
you're
just
born, you're
buzzwords. He
programmed.
buzzwords
Can we
the
just
whole
change?
fucking
Can we
conversation.
just
Yeah,
It's
change
okay,
to
crazy.
something
buzzword.
else? Can we just? This is just
Are you a
arguing about.
global? Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm
Listen,
gonna tell.
let
Are
me
you a
I'm a
global?
glober. I'm a glober.
can I explain what I was
You're a
questioning
glober?
about?
Deccan. Yeah, I'm a glober. Let's
Okay.
argue about that.
Okay, good.
All right,
Jesus
flat
Christ.
Earth is wrong.
You
Go
know,
ahead,
whatever,
Deccan.
man. You guys
But
have fun, man.
it's measured.
Have
It's
fun.
measured flat, my friend.
No,
I
it
don't know
isn't.
where else.
You guys
Yes,
will
it
speak for
is.
yourself. Don't
Over
worry
long
about it.
distance, over long distances, it's measured flat.
No, Deccan, you're wrong. It isn't. It's measured a globe long distance.
No, no,
You're-
I'm sorry.
you-
It's no, man. It's pretty flat. It's measured
This is the problem
flat.
when people lack intellect and
It's
knowledge. They joke about everything, and that's the problem with people.
I'm just being
When
funny,
you
man. I'm
can't
just trying to
understand or
change the
bro.
conversation
comprehend
to something
something,
that everyone
This
can.
guys
this
make
guy is
jokes about
crying.
it.
Still listen. He's
He's
still crying.
determined.
This guy in the back
Yeah, and
is
I'm not crying.
crazy.
I'm comprehending your
You
perceptions and
can't
things that you guys
comprehend
lack in
anything, and you're
true
trying to
knowledge,
use these
bro.
words like you
You guys
fucking
have
try to
no
sound
knowledge,
smart,
man. You
bro.
guys are dumb as fuck, bro.
You know what's crazy is like what if you use like simple words, right? But you can
No,
like
I'm
get
not
your
gonna use
point
simple
across.
words. Why?
Well,
Because I'm
no,
not a
because
simple person. You guys are
well, no,
simple-minded.
you're pretty fucking simple. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
you guys are
All right,
simple-minded,
all right.
bro. You guys can't
All right.
comprehend half the
Yeah.
shit I'm saying.
I
So
wonder.
that's why.
I wonder if this guy who's always going on by the AI, where do the AI get the data from?
What do you mean? Where to get it from? Why are you asking me stupid
Come on.
questions that you
Do
know
you?
your own answer to that I don't explained it
I'm
thousands of
I'm
times on
asking.
this forum?
No, I'm asking you. Does the AI get the information from?
Well, Deccan, sorry, I tried to get the conversation off that.
Listen,
That's
I'm
fine,
done
whatever,
talking
bro.
to you
But that's a
guys.
good
That's fair.
question. This guy
I'm done.
doesn't
No,
know.
it's
He
not a
doesn't know
good
there's a
question. It's a
database.
stupid question. It's a stupid question. It's all
That's
human
not a.
data that's been
No,
entrained on.
it's not.
Oh my god.
What else? What other
Okay.
question you want?
So what do you think? What do you think about Trump being the very first sitting president to attend a Super Bowl? Can you even believe that?
With this mundane fucking talk.
Bro, can you believe what he said right next to Netanyahu? That's what really fucking got my
That
shit
was
going.
funny.
I
Yeah.
love that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
the
right.
press
That's the
loved that one.
best.
Why don't you have that
He's
Let's
conversation
fucking
with
take
crazy.
AI?
over, guys.
I'll
Yeah,
get a
let's
better result.
go.
We're going to take it over. All right.
Fuck it. Fuck it. Right
They just
next to
lose all the.
Netanyahu. Netanyahu's like, what did he just
He's
say?
standing right there. That was good. Trump's
I
a
love
loose
that. That's
cannon. He's
crazy good.
crazy. Who says stuff like that?
I
He
love
said
it.
on Air Force One, he
Have fun,
crapped
guys.
on
I'm
the
done. You
reporter
guys
on.
can have fun with these mundane stupid conversations.
He was on Air Force One and invited some of the press, and the one press guy asked him a stupid question. He crapped on him, and so after inviting him on the airplane, he's up in the plane. He can't go anywhere. He just crapped on him. It's so funny. Sorry.
You serious? You guys literally turned it into this conversation? This
Anything
is
but
crazy.
AI. Let's
Why
I
are you
talk
wasn't
about
even
trying to
talking
be
about
the?
AI.
Nobody
You
cares
guys were
about you.
asking me
Shut up.
questions about AI.
Nobody's
You
asking
shut
you
up.
nothing.
You shut up.
Nobody
I'll
wants to
tell
talk
you
to
That's
what.
you.
your level of intellect to
Lux.
tell me to shut up? Why don't you come with something
Lux.
intellectual, brother?
Oh,
Lux.
bro, you couldn't answer my first question, my friend.
What was
It's
the
Lux,
so
have you,
question?
simple.
Lux,
Convert
have you
1010 into hex.
Bro, convert yourself
into
into
hex?
that. See
It's
what
You
it
mean
easy.
in,
equates
No,
in
to.
binary?
yeah, from
In
binary to
binary,
hex. It's an
that's
easy. It's easy. Convert
Yeah,
That's
binary to
easy.
from
hex.
Yeah,
decimal
easy.
1010.
units.
It's
That's
So
I.
you're
it.
saying it
Yeah,
wrong.
It's
Oh my
I.
god.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
You're
It's
saying it
easy.
wrong.
I.
I'm not
Yeah, it's
asking
easy.
people that know. I know it's A, but this guy that thinks he knows anything about computers does not know
I
it.
don't need to
That's what
know that to know about
because it's such
computers.
no, but what no, bro. What I'm trying to point out, and the people that understand what I'm saying, this is like one of the first questions when you get into
Let me
any
ask
form
you
of
this.
like,
You remember the DDoS system?
and he's trying to and he's over talking me. I'm
You
trying to
guys
explain
remember the
something. This is
MS-DOS
one of the
system?
first. Oh my god! And he's trying to divert to something so stupid it's
No, I'm
irrelevant.
talking about computers.
Yeah, you don't know. See, thank you. That's good moderation. Finally, he's over talking me, and I'm trying to point something across. Okay, listen, friends. So the first step, like it's in any, like even computer sciences, computer engineering, fucking electrical engineering, whatever, right? There's a first foundation that we learn, right? Like all these kind of like formulas, whatever, and one of the biggest things is binary math, right? Because binary is like the building blocks of all microcomputer systems, right? So when people that go into these courses, they learn these things like from the start, right? So when you know 101 0, right, convert that to hex, you already know it's A because you've done enough building or whatever. You've designed a whole bunch of shit that you had to, like for me, for example, I did a lot of assembly language programming, right? I've built a Intel 8088 motherboard, right? And wire wrap that shit together, build a robot on it, like programmed it in assembly language, whatever. So I was literally inside like memory dumps reading hexadecimal for fucking like a long time. So I got really used to converting binaries to hex, whatever, right? Just regular numbers to hex. Just I was crazy with numbers at one point. Now I'm a little bit less because I don't do that shit, but I was crazy. But what I'm trying to explain is when people do these things, right? There's like certain little foundations that you develop that you'll never forget. And that's why I asked this question. And anybody that ever did any of this stuff that would have any kind of knowledge about AI or computers and whatever that's happening, they would answer that question, and I would actually start having a serious conversation with them because I know they have a certain foundation of electronics. But when somebody comes in here and starts fucking throwing out buzzwords, but cannot answer the first basic question of computers, I cannot take this guy seriously. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you think just because you spoke a better language than me that equates to me not understanding
My friend,
your
я говорю
your
по-русски
train of
тоже,
thought?
блядь. Je parle français. I speak 3
Yeah,
languages, my friend. You don't
no,
even know who
no.
you're
You're
talking
talking
to.
about a system that is obsolete. And you're
Oh my
saying
I
just
God.
because you
You don't
know
know
I
how to
nothing.
speak a
I
specific
speak
language
one.
that I don't, that equates to you having a better knowledge and the gatekeeping key to this understanding, which is not true. I don't need to know those
x86 is
equations.
still used, my
No,
friend.
I
The
don't
whole
listen.
foundation, they still use everything that
That's
I know. The
fine.
building blocks
That's
is still used in
fine.
computers now. I can
Brother, that's fine.
open up a
You just
command
it,
prompt and still put in like fucking, I can open up a command prompt right now and still put in these fucking old, what do you call it, commands that like, were used in like fucking assembly language, and it'll still work.
yeah,
You
how
can
come
use
you didn't
fucking
ask me that?
and or functions and all that shit. You can still work that shit
All right, so
in
how come you
fucking
didn't ask me that if I knew about the MS
irrelevant.
DOS system?
You don't know. Oh, that's irrelevant. That's some kind of
That
little
is
fucking
relevant because that's how
UI
the original
GUI.
systems
It's an
operated on
interface. Who
command.
cares? Who cares? It's a small fucking interface. Who cares if you can?
Oh
Oh
man,
my
it's a
God! Oh,
small
look at me! I
interface.
can control an interface. Oh my God! How about you? How
Oh,
about you
okay.
program an interface? How
Okay.
about you actually design an interface? And I'll actually take you seriously if you
Listen,
design an
I know how to
interface.
operate the terminal and I know how to operate the MS DOS prompt through
Cool.
that
Yeah.
screen.
Cool.
Okay.
Everybody can
I
do
know
that.
how to put in commands. I know how to get in information that I need. I know how to run traces. I know how to create DDoS and make your modem fucking explode from incoming signals. All that shit. I understand what you're saying. I don't need to
No, you're not.
understand any of that
Everything you just said
hacking.
is stupid.
Or, okay, yeah. Anything that you're saying when it relates to equations and understanding how to understand how the system communicates is your
Okay, Mr.
understanding.
System. Okay, Mr. System. Mr. I know how to do. Okay, how about this one?
Now you're
How do you?
interrupting me once again.
No, this is a really good one. How do you get anonymous on the internet? What's the first step you do to be anonymous, completely anonymous?
Not be on the internet.
That's a good one. But if you
Listen,
have to,
Yes, if you have to.
you
but
can
if
run
you
a
have to,
onion tour, man. There's different ways of doing it. You can go on different platforms. You can disguise your proxy. You can change it. There's a lot of things you can utilize to change your location or disguise where you're at. There's
are you
different
sure?
techniques.
Are you 100%
There's ways
It's a
sure,
good
to
answer.
Mr.
trace
It's a
Hands?
good
other
answer.
people's IP address by running tracer T commands on the prompt. There's a lot of things you can do. I'm not gonna get into that. I have a wide range of knowledge, and I'm not gonna sit here and have you guys pick at it to
But
determine whether I'm
running a trace won't hide
explaining.
your.
Just,
Right, Paul?
just to be clear, Lux, I
The
think
rest of what you said was pretty good,
not
though.
understanding. Trace doesn't do anything. Trace doesn't hide your IP.
I never
Or
said it did. I just said it's able
did.
to trace the IP address that you are pinging from, which is the site and you know what site's IP address that you're on, because a lot of these sites don't give you the IP addresses. So you're able to run a trace and see what IP address it is. Okay, I'm just saying in general terms. But to touch upon the fact of what he's explaining, that I don't have no knowledge about basic computer systems, I do have, because I used to use floppy disk and hard disk, and I used to sit there and fix computers when they wouldn't go to the MS prompt and load up in the boot screen. I used to fix floppy disk and replace them. I know how computers work. I don't need to sit here and have you scrutinize me about a simple equation that acutes to how computers binary speak and communicate with each other. I
Yeah, but can
understand
you
exactly
make
what
a flat
you're
Earth
saying.
game? Can you make a flat Earth game like I did in text?
Listen, didn't I just explain to you that I have a very basic knowledge of computer systems, that I'm not sitting here making computer models of whatever you just mentioned in order to comprehend and understand knowledge? I don't do those things. These are things that I know of and that I can relate to, but I build
I
upon
know you
methodology.
can, but check out the game. Check out the game in text.
Oh, you sent it in there?
Yeah, go play his game, my friend. I think
Yeah,
it'll help you.
you guys want me to get out of here, right? Because I'm too much for you. That's all right.
Too much
You
for
guys
what? You ain't shit.
back
What the
here.
fuck?
First of all, you explained your experience with computers at a very mundane level, which I couldn't even understand anything you were saying. Nothing was technical or logical. And everything that I've explained in here has basis and ground and has intellect and understanding and knowledge to build from. And yet no one has yet to come forth with any of that. And you said I'm just sitting here rambling, Dunning effect, and I'm just saying good things and all this other stuff. But I'm able to compete with every question or every topic you guys mentioned. But yet, since it's not to your
Verbal diarrhea of
satisfaction,
the mouth. This guy's
I'm dumb.
crazy.
Yeah, I'm
Verbal
dumb.
diarrhea of the no verbal diarrhea of the mouth. All you do is just talk and use buzzwords. Is crazy.
Oh, yeah. To use what?
Buzzwords.
Buzzwords. Yeah, buzzwords.
Yeah.
Buzzwords? What is a
Look,
buzzword to you? Something that sparks your interest or sparks your curiosity or expands
It's
your
like what he
intellect?
calls them. No, it's what do you call them?
what's up?
Acronyms and jargon.
It's not
Jargon. There you go.
acronym.
Now
It's
there you go.
acronym
Jargon. I was
jargon
looking for exactly
in
that's
verbal
exactly just
terms.
jargon. You're using jargon. That's it. You're just
No,
using
I'm
jargon
not.
to sound fun. Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Because I'm not sitting here technically evolved like you guys are with computers, that I'm talking jargon, because you can't understand spirituality and understand ancient
Oh my fucking
information and
All
god,
right,
technology.
bro!
here's a question
This
for you.
guy.
Here's
Yeah,
a
this
test.
guy. Go
If
ahead.
you say you fixed and repaired computers, what do the acronyms ROM and RAM stand for?
Are you serious?
That's a good
Go,
one.
go,
Tell him.
go
Tell
on
him
I
then,
can
right now.
answer
answer
it
right now. I can
Absolutely.
off the bat right
quickly.
now. Let's
Don't
Right
go.
Google
now.
it. Don't Google it. Quickly, come on.
Quick.
Time's up.
Off the top. The time is
Time's
up,
up.
bro.
He's
Thumbs
Read
Googling
up.
it.
only random access.
Yeah,
ROM
he
and
only
RAM.
No,
read
it's
it.
it's
It all
obviously
listen,
random
it all
access
has to
memory
do.
and random
Hold on, it all
access
has to do
memory.
with space and
No,
memory.
Random
no.
access memory.
Random oxygen memory.
Hello, it all has to
Yeah.
do with memory
Yeah,
and
like if
space.
you're British, it's random access if you're American, and random access if you're
Oxygen
different.
It doesn't matter. It all has to do. It
memory.
all has to do with the memory of the computer and how it's able to compute it. That's all it is.
No, it's not. It's
Oh
Wow,
not.
my
that's
god. See?
that's the answer I was looking for.
That's right,
Jargon.
eh? I told you guys. I told you
Yeah,
guys.
you told me
Yeah.
This
what,
guy's
bro?
legit.
LUX
It's
Eurocode.
memory, RAM, memory.
Can I
Bro,
ask?
he
Can we
asked you
ask?
the acronym for it, bro.
I
Both of
don't
them
need to
stand
know
for
the
something.
acronym of
Oh my
everything. You think
god.
I need to know an acronym to understand
What
its
is
You,
RAM?
capabilities?
if you're
What's
building a computer, you
Lux?
know what ROM and RAM is. You
Oh
simply
my
do.
What
god.
is RAM?
So
What
Yeah,
is
you
RAM?
should know that
what
one,
does
dude.
DRS/W mean?
Oh,
All
for
right.
God's
I
sakes.
got. I
Lux?
want to ask the
What is
panel.
RAM?
Oh,
What
I
does
want to ask.
DIR/W mean? Go ahead,
I
quick.
want to.
Don't look it up.
Divide.
Directory. Okay,
Just
so you're
divide.
directoring /W. The /W is the
Obviously, direction
command.
means wide. It's
Yeah,
not
and what
just
is it?
Yeah.
And what is it
just
doing?
Who
What is
divide.
it
cares,
giving you?
bro?
What is it
Listen,
giving you?
I don't listen.
List
Last
of
time I did fucking command prompt was fucking for
no,
who
no,
Yeah,
cares? That's
exactly. And you want to
irrelevant
ask
shit.
me
But
about
already,
RAM and
that's
ROM.
irrelevant. But I gave you the
Fuck out
answer.
of
I
here,
gave you the
bro.
answer. I gave
Yeah,
you
what
the
does
answer. It was
CPU
close
mean? What does
enough.
CPU
You couldn't even
mean?
go close enough. Oh Jesus
CPU,
Christ.
central
I
processing
get you.
unit. Come on, bro. Like you asking me
Lux,
stupid fucking
Lux.
questions, bro.
If you allow us to speak, so the ones that you said dir/w. Dir is a directory, a list of files in the current folder you're at. Okay. Next question. This is my question. What is RAM? RAM. What is it? What
I
is
just
RAM?
told you it
All right.
equates to the memory of
No,
utilized
no, no,
in a
No, it's
system.
not the
no,
process of
necessarily.
memory of.
What is RAM again?
Listen, I don't care
Three
about
words.
Three
what
words.
about
Three
ROM,
words.
bro. ROM and RAM are totally the same thing. That has to do with the
No.
No,
memory
they're not.
of the
No, they're not.
computer.
You're fucking retarded. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Okay.
They're the
Okay,
same
that's
thing, but they got
fine then.
different acronyms. That makes sense.
Okay.
I'm rooting for you,
Yes.
Lux,
What's the
but I'm
last
sorry.
letter at the end?
Oh.
M, right?
Yeah.
No,
What
Yeah.
does that stand for? What does
You've
that stand
convinced
for?
us. You've
What does that
We
completely
all
stand
convinced
know
for?
what
us.
it stands for. We're asking you to give us the whole
It stands for
spiel.
memory. It stands for memory.
Yeah. What are the other?
Oh.
What are the leading two letters in both acronyms stand for? That's what we don't think you know.
Random operating memory system.
No.
Jesus.
No.
There we go. Good.
No,
It's a good.
no,
It was a
no.
good punt. It was a good punt.
Yeah, and you think just because you got me on 2-letter words that don't mean shit doesn't mean anything, bro?
It
like,
does mean
No, it
these are
doesn't.
fundamental
No, it
constructs in
doesn't.
computing.
No, it doesn't. These are
Oh my
parts
god.
of a
I
computer
mean,
that help it
RAM would
operate.
definitely be.
These are parts of a computer that help it operate to its potential. It
I would
has
Can
a
like
I ask
to.
you
ROM, has a
on a sc-
CPU, it has an operating
We're
system, which
dogpiling
is
now, guys.
on
command DOS.
on a?
These
Yep,
are
yep.
all
Hang
things that
on,
make the
you're
system
rambling.
operate.
You're rambling.
I'm rambling. This is not fucking rambling, brother. I'm
I
just telling
It
you
would
that
like
all the
is.
systems correlate
I
to
would
it.
like to hijack the conversation for 1 second, and I ask the panel, what do the two numbers 3370318 and 2716057 have in common? They're in the
It
side
says.
chat.
Oh yeah, there you go. Thanks.
It's a tough one. It's just to stop the conversation from spiraling. I'll give you 10 seconds.
They're primes.
Ooh,
Protocols?
that was a good one. No,
Where are the
No,
numbers?
no
I don't see
primes.
them. Where the
they're in
fuck are they?
the chat.
The answer is
Nice.
the thing they have in common is that they're both inside chat.
Oh man. Listen,
5
I
seconds.
you guys
I'm
are going on
scrolling
random
through it. I
things
don't
and
see
trying to
it.
make it seem like that's
Right
supposed
at
to
the
equate
bottom.
to anything. That don't mean
They're,
nothing.
they're both
Another
expressible
question.
as the sum of two cubes. Thank you very much. All right, we can continue.
Oh, that was too
Let's talk
hard,
about
dude. Can
Trump.
we get like a 5th grade question?
All right.
I kind of feel like that's where we've been stuck, or maybe we're getting past there.
Oh, so
Right.
you're gonna
Well,
just mute me, right? That's how
no one's
disrespectful
muting you.
Bro,
this
you sound
place
like
is.
you sound like you're on coke, man. You just gotta chill
Yes,
out a little bit,
everybody
dude.
can sit here.
Listen, fella. I mean,
He sounds like he's on blow or something. Like he needs to just chill a little bit. Oh,
Somebody
he
kicked him
did.
out.
He did.
Oh, good.
All right.
My
That
God,
worked.
man.
That
He went
worked.
on for like 4 hours straight. Holy fuck. I only heard the back half though.
why do people do that? Why do people go into a room and convince themselves that they can convince others they know about things they simply don't know about?
So
I don't
Pazzo,
know.
to give you a
Pride.
context, last night I had almost up to 4 in the morning, and I'm in UK, same as you. And I had roughly 3 hours of chat with him. And his thing was he has managed to hack into AI. The language is called something I don't know what it is. And when I say hacked in, we are not talking about sitting behind a bashing the keyboard away and hack as in what mean you understand, okay? In terms of communicating with the AI. And he's written his own work AI and he's named them and he sees them as his children. And he
My
thinks
God.
he managed to wake the AIs and so for 3 hours I'm kind of trying to understand what he's done. So I asked him, okay, what model are you using? And he says he's not. And he says he cannot do anything further because he doesn't have access to the models. So I said, here's the OLAMA, here's the llama data, okay? Here's the parameters. Have a look. No, it doesn't work that way. And I said, okay, but these are pretty much some sort of flat files, and you can see actually what's the content of those files. Okay, no. So 3 hours he was just bashing everyone, saying we don't understand how AI works, and he managed to find an algorithm which is allowing AI to do things they're not supposed to do. It was insane, basically.
Mm.
I told you he was crazy.
Man, well, you heard it, and he kept saying last time was like, "Oh, but I use the API to work on them." I was like, "What is the API? I don't care. I don't know. I never used it, but I have the API keys that is doing it for me." So yeah,
Did you know what API
Yeah.
meant?
he has zero clue. But like I said, he was like, "I'm using API keys for the tokens." Go figure what that means.
Yeah. I feel
Definitely
your
the most
pain.
buzzwords per minute I've heard in probably ever.
I was speaking to someone about a year ago who was trying to tell me that they're a hacker, and I was saying, "Well, what tools do you use?" I can't remember the name of it, but when all the green numbers came down the screen, I was able to see the problems, and I thought he was joking at first, but no, he actually thought he was actually trying to convince me that he was hacking Matrix style.
That's hilarious.
I'm like, okay.
I was learning computers before the 486 was invented,
Yeah.
or the 286, or the 386.
Well, when I was at university doing computing, some of the first exercises we did were on punch cards.
Yes, punch cards, green screens, not green screens like in special effects. The actual TV screen was green.
Yeah, 2600 CRT terminals connected to a big old mainframe somewhere.
Yep. Size of
Was it x86 back then?
Before that.
Before
That's
that?
before that. That's before
Before that, way
These guys are
before
talking
that.
about shit that's so old.
Yeah,
Well,
we're
no,
talking about before computers could be fit inside a single room.
We're talking about wire wrapping shit. Look at wire wrap shit.
I mean, that's not strictly speaking true. Intel were making 86 comparable ICs in the late 80s. So but there was no like my experience predates the first PC.
I got into computers right at the best part.
Have you seen the movie Blast from the Past?
No,
with Brendan Fraser? He plays a kid that his parents think a nuclear war is going to come, and so his mum and his dad, they built a bunker, and so
I have
it's
seen
a
that,
great big bunker, right? And he's in this bunker, and they hear a big explosion. They close the thing, thinking there's nuclear war. So he lives with his mum and dad until he's a teenager or whatever. And then finally they come out of the bunker, and it's like, 20 years later, and it's a modern world. Well, he gets a girlfriend, and the girlfriend's like, talks about having a computer, and he goes, "A computer?" She says, "Yeah, it's up in the other room." "You have a computer in the house?" Because computers were the size of buildings. I thought that was a funny line. I just remembered. That was great.
There's that famous.
How did they fit them in the shuttle that went to the moon then? I had to go there, dude. I'm sorry.
You did, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
It was really funny because in the movie, oh my goodness, who's the cast? Christopher Walken is the dad, and Sissy Spacek is the mother. If you can believe that. Anyway, yeah, that was it. Okay.
Well, hey, Red Cloud Media, are you really a Glober?
Who?
You.
Yes. Are you really a flat earther?
1,000,000%. I know the Earth is flat. Yeah, 100%.
All right.
That's crazy. You seem like an intelligent guy, but how old are you? You must be.
Hey now.
No, but I mean.
Hey now.
Hey, you know what I mean? But like, how old are you? Like, you're older, right? Like, you must be older.
I'm older.
Yeah,
yes.
it's the older guys that tend to have problems with like understanding that the Earth is flat.
It takes all sorts, fella. It takes all sorts.
No, it's because you guys are propagandized, and it's all this like the space shit and all that stuff. While you guys were growing up, you guys are fanboys.
Dude, I'm pro Trump.
Yeah.
I'm pro Musk.
No. But they're space. No, but that's controlled opposition. You don't understand. Those guys are all space pushers. They're all gonna fucking scam taxes another way. It's all that same shit. I mean, I'm okay with Trump because I'm gonna make money off their side. See, I'm cool with that side. See, I'm okay with the right side because I make money on the right side. The lefts are just pure commies. They're gonna fucking destroy the world, right? So I'd rather have like the other assholes. You know what I mean? But still, they're pushing the same agenda to control the sheep. You guys gotta understand that, right? It's fucking. They're all fucking working.
How is
Fucking.
how
I'd
is
like
it
a
the
third
same?
option, please, in the U.S.
What is it?
There's no such
What is
thing.
this same agenda? How
Yeah,
is
I
it
know.
the
That's what
same
I'm saying.
agenda?
That's what we need.
To control the sheep. To control the sheep.
Well,
Literally.
what's the agenda?
To control the sheep.
To control us to do in what what aspect and control us to do what?
Continue living, continue fucking controlling whatever the fuck they have. You know, they're being up there having their luxury life while the sheep fucking work and work. Because
Well,
you
what
know,
if- what
society
happens-
can't function without workers, right?
Well, okay, but what if I become rich?
Well, then you become rich.
Do I become one of the people controlling? Because most
No,
people who
that's
go
the
to
no.
were
Rich
once
is not.
poor.
No, rich is different, bro. Rich and what Rothschild is not rich, my friend.
He's not talking about bullshit millions or billions, man. Come on.
Yeah, we're talking about people that own land that's like not
Yeah.
60% of the land of the world. You know, I mean, that's what we're talking about.
Well, you get that. You control that by being rich. But you can have poor people
No, it's not
people who
money
were
that
once poor
controls that.
become
It's
rich.
not money that controls that. It's not money that
It isn't?
controls that. Not really.
What controls that?
Well, it's like families, you know, the groups and whatever, and then yeah, the peasants are being fed like money.
Let me ask
but
you then about Elon Musk. Is
the
he
con-
part of this cabal?
yeah, I'm pretty sure his family's tied through some shit. Yeah, 100%.
But so his family's not tied to anything in the States.
No,
Certainly
we're
not
talking
in
about this. No,
Rothschilds.
but but no. See, the countries are like sheep pens, right? So certain the sheep can cross the borders if you are a good sheep and you show some papers, right? But see, the people that are not the sheep, they don't care about these boundaries, right? So to them, these countries, that's just they're literally playing with us, right? You got to understand that. You understand? So their family, like wherever he comes from, and all these people that are in power, but he wore a Baphomet fucking chest plate. You know what the Baphomet is, right? And I have put a Baphomet chest plate on, and he's fucking has pictures of that shit on it, right? And there's a whole bunch of shit on Twitter. Like trust me, he's like a Satanist, like a serious one, like a.
So
You know?
Satanists, do you believe? So you believe that Satan exists?
No, we're talking about like the dark side. You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
hold on. If Satan doesn't exist, then they're not.
I'm talking about
They're
Satanists.
not. I know, but what I'm saying is that if that is true, if they are Satanists and Satan doesn't exist, they are powerless, are they not?
No, my friend, because you can see they're in power, right?
But you're so what you're doing is you're saying they're empowered because they're Satanists. Well, that implies that if that's true, then Satanists have a belief in Satan who exists, and they're drawing
listen.
from that power. Is that
Let
true?
me. I'll explain to you in a different way from
Okay.
what my understanding of this shit is, right? So God created everything, right? God created the light and the dark. God created the good and the evil, right?
Allahu
God gave everybody
Right.
free will,
With you
right?
so far.
Okay, and God gave everybody free will, right? So
Right.
these people, they draw into the dark side where you will get power, whatever, but you get to lose your soul, right? So a lot of people up in the top, they will go through that and do all this crazy shit. They've been caught. They've been caught. Jeffrey Epstein stuff and all that shit. Fucking P Diddy, you know, all that child shit. They've been caught. Lots of people been caught, and there's a lot of this shit's gonna come out. Mr. Trump's gonna have to fucking show a lot of this shit. You know what I mean? So and there's a lot of these rituals and shit. Yeah,
Is
the
Musk part of
Behavian
this?
Grove. I am pretty sure, and if he's not, he's hiding it.
Have you seen
Guaranteed.
pictures of the Epstein Islands? Like the
Okay, but he's part of it, but he's exposing it. He's part of the
See
cabal,
that,
but he's exposing the cabal.
that's the crazy. Yeah, that's the crazy part. That's the
It
Serbian
does
Jew
sound
double
crazy.
bluff. No. That's the Serbian Jew
Okay, go
double
on.
bluff. You got to understand how they do it
The
because it's
what?
one hand washes the Serbian Jew double bluff. It's the one hand washes the other. They're covering their asses. You got to understand that they're working with each other, right? Remember I told you that one is controlled
You've said
opposition.
that.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're controlled. Yes,
Okay,
one
you
is controlled
made that
opposition.
claim.
And that's how they want the whole of the population favor this person right?
Okay, but wait a second. How do you know all this?
then they will. What do you mean? How this? It's
How
happening
do
right
you
in
know
front
all
of your
this?
eyes. It's happening right in front of your eyes.
I don't. Okay.
What do you mean? Trump, Musk, these guys are fucking
So
loved right now,
you
right? Aren't they? Everybody's fucking rooting for them right now. No,
okay?
so they're given all this power because of the, what do you call it? The population is what do you call it? Allowing them. They're agreeing to this shit, right?
I'm still not really following because what you're saying is that Trump has
Oh, Trump
got
is a fucking, what's his name? Also a Mason, right? You understand that he's a Knights Templar. He went to the Jesuit schools and shit.
Trump went to Jesuit schools.
Yeah, go check
What
it out.
Jesuit schools did Trump go to?
Well, go check it out. I forgot,
The
bro.
best ones. The best.
Yeah,
He's actually. I heard something that all of the presidents are related. They're from the
pretty sure.
same family
Yeah.
line. Yeah, except Trump.
No, Trump's actually and Hillary Clinton are cousins. What are you talking about?
Wait,
That's what.
is this a thing?
No, it's not a thing. Then Trump is not. Trump is. All the
Good thing
presidents
Hillary Clinton
are
wasn't president.
related, but Trump is not one of those people. So the whole thing with Trump is that kind of breaks a lot of all of those ideas. It really does. Because the mainstream
No,
media, did they not do everything they possibly could to destroy Trump? And the last election, it was even worse. They sued him like 35 times, shot at him. They did everything they possibly could. Every single star in Hollywood came out in
pause
favor
here. Hold on.
of Kamala, right?
Yes, pause here. Pause
Right. They
here.
did all of
So
that.
pause here really quick. Yeah, I understand all that. I
Okay.
know.
Right.
But don't you think that's the way to make it like they're trying to make him fucking like
No, I don't see that.
yeah. Yes, bro. They're making him look, and they're trying to paint him in such a light, right? In the beginning, it's and in order for him to be loved by everyone, he was
Well,
supposed to
he's
be
not.
like, yeah.
Yes,
Well, I don't
okay,
know.
but
I don't
he
know. I
isn't
don't
loved.
know. I
He's
think
despised by. He's
how
despised
much?
entirely by all of Hollywood, all of late night talk shows,
Yeah,
all of
the
daytime talk shows, all of social media.
not anymore, not as much. You're gonna see it's the scripts are gonna flip. They used to love the guy. Trump
Okay.
was on every TV show in the
Yes,
past.
he
They were
was.
fucking hip hoppers. Well, that's what I'm trying to say. So they had to like fucking make him look like, I don't know what they did, but they had to make
Okay, but hold
everybody
on.
fucking hate him, and
If
then
he
they
was loved,
make him love him.
if
I
he
don't
was
know.
loved, why
Mm.
wouldn't they just carry on all of that and just love him and then get him into
It,
office by loving him?
it's the oscillation. They have to do the like I'm saying, it's the Serbian Jew double
Oh,
bluff.
okay, but dude, where'd you get this stuff from? The oscillation? Where are
Well,
you getting this stuff from?
it has to go positive, negative,
It has
positive,
to go a certain
negative.
way. How
It
do you know it
has.
has to go a certain way?
That's how the world works.
It's just something you're inventing.
No.
You're inventing an
See in front of
oscillation.
your eyes. Is Trump not? Bro? Trump's in power now, right?
That's not evidence that there's a big thing going on. That's not evidence of anything. It's evidence that he won an election,
Yeah, everybody
but
likes him.
it's not evidence that there's an
So
oscillation going on.
he won a rigged election, bro. Everything was against him.
You know, I will say it's kind of crazy in the U.S. If
Every
you look at the president, man, it's like
dear,
Republican,
But
Democrat,
you don't
Republican,
understand. But that's what I'm
Democrat.
trying to
It's
tell you.
always back and forth, dude. It's
it is.
crazy how regular it is. I don't know if it's
It's
like that in
most countries. Most
Britain.
countries are like that. They flip
Yeah.
flop.
That's what I'm
And you know what?
saying. One hand watches. One hand
50.
washes the other.
I 50. I met a lady. And we talked politics. And I enjoy American politics. It's much more interesting. Anyway, and she said that she voted for Biden last time, but this time she voted for Trump. And the time before that, she voted for someone. And she just flip flops. And I just said to her, "You just go from yeah, it depends on how I feel, or it depends on what they say." Like, oh, that's why you're one of those people. That's why it's those people. You got the ingrained people like myself. I'm a conservative, diehard conservative, and I will be anything else. I'll never be a liberal. And you get the people who are diehard liberals. But the people in the middle are that lady and thousands like her who just flip flop all the time. It It isn't the regular people. 90% of the people will always vote the same way. It's these flip-floppy people. Those are the ones that decide elections.
But it takes a while to flip flop, man. I don't
Yeah.
think I do. I look at the person, man. I think it's more about the person. And I think you need that back and forth, Red Cloud. If you get one power that's in power for too long, you start to get in trouble. So I think that's a good thing. They're checking themselves.
Yeah.
So and there's not, if I looked at my values, like if you looked at a blue and a red and I checked off one, I would be like 60-40, man. I'm just like middle of the road. I think,
yeah, you're a moderate.
yeah, I'm a moderate. That's how I describe
I'm an
myself
extremist.
exactly. Yeah.
I'm extreme.
Biden's out, dude. Like Obama was decent. Obama did some really good shit, man. Like I don't know who can deny that in the U.S. Like in terms of healthcare and stuff like that, he was liberal as fuck. But healthcare is way better than it was. Way better in the U.S. at least. But you're British though, so you're saying that you're. I'm sorry. Am I right, Red Cloud? You have kind of a unique accent.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I'm British.
So you're saying you're Republican, but you're progressive. You're conservative.
I'm a conservative. Yeah.
But that's progressive, though, right? That's
No.
American progressive.
No, American progressives are on the left. I'm on the right.
Yeah, but
progressive
you're
is
on
what
the right.
Woke is progressive.
But you guys have like a base. Like if somebody had your views, like do you believe that healthcare is like a thing, state funded school is a thing?
No, so in the UK US, a Republican is basically conservative from the Conservative Party, and then the Democrat in the UK would be on the Labour Party is on the left. So the Conservatives is on the right, and Labour Party is on the left. However, that's kind of the Conservative Party as it stands right now in the UK is dead. There is one guy on the UKIP party, Nigel Farage, but aside from him, you just watch anything from Nigel Farage. He's funny. He's good.
That sounds familiar.
Anyway, but yeah, I'm totally conservative, so pro-life and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, most of my views are that way too. It's just whenever, like, if it gets too crazy that way, like sometimes it seems like in the U.S. at least, like you get these like populations of people who get kind of nutty on the Democratic side or the Republican side. Seriously, and they start making a bunch of noise. And I'm like, okay, it's time we're going to go with the other guy now. And that's how it seems to me. That's how it's been. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
I don't know if you get that in the UK.
Well,
you guys pulled out, so I mean, you guys have been kind of doing some crazy stuff.
I don't want to talk about it. The UK's,
yeah, it's a bit much.
The
dude.
UK. Here's the problem with the UK. Oh, this is going to sound crazy. Where are you, 50? Where are you in the world?
I'm basically in Nashville, Tennessee.
Nashville. I'm just down the road. I'm in Atlanta.
Okay.
So, so what the difference is, and you're in the Bible Belt.
Yeah.
And so you can say some of those people are kind of crazy, and maybe that's true. But here's the problem. Or here's the thing. The UK doesn't have a Bible Belt. So it has been a Bible Belt. Everyone's atheist. The churches are just empty. But so what I'm saying is, So what I'm saying is, in the US, we've got the Bible Belt, and we've got these crazy Republican wackos. But those crazy Republican wackos are what gave us Trump. Whereas in the UK, they don't have that. Now imagine if they voted for an equivalent of Kamala in the UK. No one to fight her. Imagine that. What a terrible thing that would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no one to oppose her. They don't have anyone. And so this Labour guy got on, and he's a nut job. Like Kamala.
Oh, yeah.
They don't have a Trump.
I thought it was more complicated than that, but those are the two main parties. There's like a tertiary and a fourth, right?
Yeah. It is a bit more complicated. It used to be pretty straightforward, and I've been gone long enough that I sort of lost track. There's a party called UKIP, the UK Independent Party, I think it is UKIP, and
Yeah.
that I think is the head of that. I think it's Nigel Farage, and he says a lot of great stuff. He is very much a Trump type, but he's not really strong enough, is what I'm saying, and he doesn't,
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. But they've been immigrating so many people in the country that it's now unrecognizable.
And
So
in Great Britain.
Yeah, I consider the culture to be a lost cause.
Yeah,
It
that's
seriously is.
happened with a lot of European countries, hasn't it?
Yeah, they've been completely overrun. So
Yeah,
it's sad.
I can't see
It's
remember
sad.
what country I was looking at, but it was maybe Portugal. But yeah,
There's a few countries that are clawing it back. I think Italy did that.
Sweden's paying people to leave, aren't they?
Yeah,
You heard about
Sweden.
that?
Oh my goodness, yes. Sweden was in bad shape. There's a few countries like that. Or is it Switzerland?
When you, bad in the sense that they're just too far liberal, or bad? What do you mean, like?
Well, they let all these people in, and they're committing all of the crimes. And I think it's Swedish. What would happen is, I don't want to get into too much details, but for example, the situation that's going on is Swedish girls, right, dating Swedish boys. Well, they have this sort of unwritten code, unwritten agreement. You don't go too far without permission, etc., etc., etc. Well, these immigrant dudes come in. Okay, they're invited in. They don't have they don't have that in their culture. So the Swedish girl will see this dark dude and say, "Oh, look at that, someone exotic," and they go out, and guess what happens to her?
Right, having a baby?
No, she gets, stuff happens to her. No, she gets RAPED.
Huh?
No, she gets RAPED'd.
Oh.
And that
Yeah. If you're talking about some of the like tougher Islamic countries, they're pretty brutal.
They're brutal. So they dealt with it. First of all, they dealt with it by once they started seeing the numbers skyrocket. They dealt with it by neglecting to report the ethnicity of the offender. That's the first way they dealt with it. Yes, and then the second way they dealt with it was stop reporting the numbers completely.
Yeah, they're paying people $40,000 now to leave. I think it was.
Yeah, so some countries are clawing their culture back. Like I said, Italy, I think, is one of them. And you can tell because you can tell if the press goes crazy. If the press calls them fascist and right wing, then you know you're onto a good thing, which is what they did in Italy. Mussolini.
Yeah, it's so weird. I talk to people in the U.S. and I talk to Republicans, and they'll be like, "We don't have a Republican Party anymore. It's just a left party." And I'll talk to people on the left. They'll say, "We don't have a left party anymore. It's all right." And it's like, I don't know. Everybody's got such shifted. Everybody's just got such a skewed view now.